Hello, ChatGPT. What does Islam teach about family and community in the Quran specifically?
In the Quran, family and community are considered foundational to a healthy society, with teachings emphasizing the importance of care, respect, and mutual support. Several key principles are outlined. 1. Respect for parents. The Quran places great emphasis on honoring parents, especially mothers. It commands children to treat their parents with kindness and gratitude, particularly towards mothers, as they are seen as deserving of extra respect for their role in raising children. For example, and we have enjoined upon man care for his parents. His mother carried him with hardship upon hardship. 31. 2. Marriage and spousal rights. The Quran promotes marriage as a sacred relationship built on love, respect, and mutual care. It speaks of spouses as garments for one another, 287, meaning they protect, support, and complement each other. It also stresses the importance of treating spouses with fairness and kindness, 419. 3. Parenting and children. Parents are urged to raise their children with love, guidance, and responsibility. In return, children are expected to show respect and obedience to their parents, particularly when they grow old, 1723. The Quran stresses the role of parents in nurturing their children's moral and spiritual growth. 4. The importance of community. The Quran encourages believers to form strong, supportive communities based on righteousness, cooperation, and justice. The believers are but brothers, so make peace between your brothers, 49:10. The Muslim community, or ummah, is urged to stand together, help the poor and needy, and support one another in faith. 5. Social responsibility. Muslims are encouraged to care for the less fortunate, including orphans, the poor, and those in need. The Quran specifically calls for the protection and care of orphans, warning against mistreatment, 2 verse 220, 4:2. 6. Justice and equity. The Quran calls for fairness in all relationships within the family and the wider community, particularly in matters of inheritance, where the rights of individuals, especially women and children, are explicitly outlined, 4:7-11. In essence, Islam teaches that family and community life should be rooted in justice, compassion, and mutual respect, where individuals fulfill their roles responsibly and with care for one another's well-being. Would you like to explore any of these topics in more detail?
Yes, I actually would. I want to talk about does it talk about relationships between siblings as well?
In Islam, the relationship between siblings is considered important and is rooted in principles of mutual respect, love, and support. The Quran and Hadith, sayings and actions of the Prophet Muhammad, encourage siblings to uphold strong, positive relationships, treating each other with kindness and care. Here are some key aspects related to sibling relationships in Islam. 1. Brotherhood and sisterhood. The Quran emphasizes the concept of brotherhood and sisterhood in the broader context of the Muslim community, ummah, although it speaks primarily of the believers being brothers and sisters in faith, 49:10. This concept extends to family, where siblings should support each other emotionally, spiritually, and physically, just as the larger Muslim community is called to support one another. 2. Kindness and respect. Islam teaches that siblings should treat each other with respect, compassion, and fairness. The Quran encourages good manners and behavior, not only towards parents, but also towards others, which includes siblings. In Surah Al-Hujurat 49-11, Muslims are reminded to avoid mocking or belittling each other, which would naturally apply to siblings as well. 3. Support in times of need. Siblings are encouraged to help each other during difficult times. This could be emotional support, financial assistance, or offering guidance. The Quran calls on Muslims to be compassionate toward one another, especially in times of hardship, 16 verse 90. In a family context, siblings are expected to be a source of comfort for each other. 4. Avoiding rivalry. While sibling rivalry is common in many cultures, Islam emphasizes that excessive jealousy or competition should be avoided. The Quran highlights the story of the sons of Prophet Adam, where envy led to the first act of murder, setting an example of how negative emotions can disrupt harmony, 5:27-31. Siblings are encouraged to support each other's successes and avoid harboring feelings of jealousy or resentment. 5. Forgiveness and reconciliation. Forgiveness plays a critical role in maintaining harmonious sibling relationships. Islam stresses that Muslims should forgive others' faults and mistakes, which includes forgiving siblings in times of conflict. The Quran teaches forgiveness as a virtue, 42 for 40, and the Prophet Muhammad encouraged resolving disputes with peace and understanding. 6. Inheritance rights. The Quran specifies the inheritance rights of siblings, ensuring that they receive their fair share when a parent passes away. This is outlined in Surah An-Nisa 4:7-11, where the inheritance system is described in detail, with clear instructions on how property should be divided among family members, including siblings. It shows the importance of fairness and justice in family matters. 7. Maintaining strong ties. Islam teaches that family ties, including the relationship with siblings, should be maintained and strengthened. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Whoever believes in Allah and the last day, let him maintain the ties of kinship." Bukhari and Muslim. This highlights the significance of upholding good relations, even in challenging circumstances. In summary, Islam encourages siblings to live in harmony, support one another, and resolve conflicts with love and respect. The relationship should be grounded in mutual care, compassion, and fairness, with an emphasis on forgiveness and avoiding harmful rivalry. Would you like to explore any specific aspects of sibling relationships?
You know what? I really like that because a lot of people, they need to hear that in this day and age, because it really seems like modern society is trying to split up families
In the West,
from
at
being
least.
families. I mean, you have all this craziness on the political spectrum, whether you're on the left or right, the middle doesn't matter. Each one is basically so extreme. It doesn't matter who you are. And then you have certain things like, you know, whenever they had the shot that they wanted everyone to take, all of this stuff that they're coming up and bringing up, it really seems like it was meant to just break down families and get families to start fighting each other and arguing over stupid and minute things. And that is why I love the Islam in the community sense and the family sense, because it really brings the families together. And I like how even in the Quran, it even breaks down inheritance and how to break down inheritance and how you can make sure that everyone gets their fair share. I mean, this is truly a beautiful religion and beautiful book, and people need to realize that there's no need to be petty. You should be respectful of people. You should want their success. You should want to build them, and you should want to respect people. And if they're in a time of need, if they're in your family, you need to take care of them, and you need to see people as your brother and your sister in God. That is the most beautiful way to live your life, and that is the most beautiful way to basically experience life, in my opinion.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, all this stuff, like, I honestly truly agree. It's totally aligned with my beliefs, and I know Hans too, about when it comes to the family unit. And I just think it is so important to love each other, like, a lot, you know, and maintain a good relationship. And, you know, of course, there's ups and downs through lives, you know, there's seasons of life, and maybe you're not always going to talk as much, you know, during certain seasons, but you have to have love and also forgiveness. I mean, that's number one, right? Like, if you're holding grudges, you're automatically keeping yourself from God. And it's not even, forgiveness isn't even for the other person. Forgiveness is for you, because a grudge is literally a block in the way of you and God in your relationship and love and everything. So we have to love each other, and the family unit is so important. I know we both absolutely love that aspect of Islam, because family is very important to both of us. It's a huge value of ours. So
Absolutely. I love it. We both love it. We're both big on family. And when we hear stuff like this, it really reassures our beliefs and our belief systems and lets us know that we're on the right path. So thank you guys for watching the video.